Greetings and welcome to the first battle in the arena. Today's fighters will be a basic orc and a basic goblin. Let's begin with the orc. The orc is sporting a scimitar, some hide armor, his belly is covered with a steel placard, and his knees with some bronze. He is wielding a scimitar and also carries a dagger. And to the right we have the goblin, wielding a one-handed, one-sided axe. He's wearing no armor but a tunic. Obviously he was brought here against his own accord. The oval battlefield is 75 feet by 50 at their widest dimensions. Boulders have been placed throughout the grounds that the spectators can take advantage of as they desire. The orc represented with black dice and the goblin with the white. Now roll for initiative to see who goes first. The orc rolled an 8 and the goblin a 15. The goblin goes first. He moves 25 feet and attempts to hide behind some boulders. It rolls an 18, which is a success. Securely nestled behind the boulders, the goblin readies its weapon. The turn now passes on to the orc. The orc comfortably moves forward for 30 feet and an additional 25 with that extra aggressive push. It approaches the boulder where it figured the goblin disappeared to carefully. The goblin takes advantage of the approaching orc and attacks. First, let's see if it hits, and it rolls an 8. Unfortunately, the goblin misses. But now the orc has a very clear and very close line of sight. It decides to attack with its scimitar. And it rolls a 14, which is a hit. On this very day, very unfortunate goblin. The orc rolls to see if it damages, and it rolled a 3. And that causes the goblin 6 points of damage, leaving it with only 1 health point left. What will the goblin do now? What can it do? The goblin fakes swinging at the orc with its hand axe, tries to grab the hilt of the scimitar to steal it from the orc. In the attempt, the goblin rolls a 17. Attempting to resist, the orc rolls a 10. With both of the battle's main weapons in hand, the goblin decides to escape, or at least looks to attempt to, for the time being. The goblin retreats its full 30 feet and faces the orc. It had thrown the axe to the side, and now stands ready with the orc's scimitar. The orc slowly and confidently approaches the goblin, pulling out his dagger as he does so. The angry hooded orc throws a forward jab with the dagger at the goblin, and he rolls a full 20, hitting the goblin, and that being a critical hit, the orc rolls 2 dice for the dagger for a 3-on-3, 6 total points of damage. And that, with the addition of the orc's strength modifier, it obliterates the goblin with a total of 8 points, thrusting the dagger directly into the goblin's face. The small crowd of 10 goes medium wild as his experience grows, a well-deserved 50 points. Maybe that scimitar was there just for intimidation. His hooded look may have been foreshadowing, or suggests that he's more of a stealthy, sneaky fighter, preferring smaller, more easily concealable blades. Should have the goblin have attempted to attack him with the hand axe instead of trying to steal the sword? Should it have run and then dashed away? Let me know your thoughts and what sort of battle you would like to see next. Let's all assume that we knew what to expect with the outcome of this battle. Being forced into the arena, what options did the goblin have? What do you think it should have done differently? It wasn't only overpowered by the orc, but also out-armored and out-equipped.